guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Paulina. I got the gastric sleeve gastrectomy surgery on August 1st, 2019, and as of today, I'm 122 pounds down. On this specific video, I'm going to be focusing on stage 3, the pureed stage. So if you are interested, then please keep on watching. And I forgot to mention, in this video at the end, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys one of my favorite recipes during this stage, which is the famous ricotta baked. Ricotta baked? Something like that. Which is super popular during this stage. When I was going through it, I would look up hashtags on what to eat, and this was the famous one, the one that would always pop up. A lot of people eat it, a lot of people make it super simple, and I'm just gonna share the recipe that I use. And I also wanted to share 2 books that I bought after surgery, actually before surgery. Yes, before surgery. This is the Bariatric Cookbook and the Gastric Sleeve Bariatric Cookbook. It's from the same author, Sarah Kent. But basically in this amazing cookbook, there is meals for all stages. So you would see on this book, let's see if I can focus, these little letters right here. So P is pureed, S is soft food, and G is general diet stage. So like when you're cleared, basically like the food that you would be eating forever. So I got a lot of recipes on here. These 2 are awesome. I got them at Barnes & Noble. So yeah, anyways, with that being said, let's get started. So just starting off, I want to mention that I kept it super simple during this stage. This is when I lost a lot of the weight. In my previous videos, I explained how I was actually on liquids for 6 weeks. So this stage didn't really start for me until after that. So 7 weeks, 8 weeks, so almost 2 months post-op. And this is when I lost the most weight. And I think it's because I was so consistent on what I was eating and I was keeping track of everything. So with that being said, my dog is playing with the squeaker. Louis? He's not gonna stop. I use these little containers that are 2 ounces. So my doctor wanted me to eat 2 to 4 ounces at a time. I couldn't eat more than 4 ounces, and I made sure. Sometimes I could finish them, sometimes I couldn't. It just really depends. It really would depend on the day, honestly. Some days I can eat more, some days I have to eat less. It's crazy. But these are the ones that I used in my fridge during that stage. I had a bunch of food in here so that it was easy. It was measured already. I wouldn't eat more. But these are, and I got them on Amazon. You can get them at any grocery store. These are 2 ounces. Okay. Things that I would eat during this stage. So the first thing, I have my list from my class. This was like my Bible during that time on what to eat. So eggs, like I've mentioned, I didn't eat eggs till way later. I ate it in the beginning and it did make me sick. But again, everyone's different. I know people that ate eggs and it was awesome. They enjoyed them so much because they would put cheese on it and it was perfect. I didn't, but I did want to mention soft boiled eggs or scrambled eggs is okay during this stage. And it's actually number 1 on the list, so because it has a lot of protein. You would include the foods from the previous stages, right? So, I mean, this is when you start eating, but all the liquids that you would eat and this, dude. So it doesn't have to be Premier, you guys. This is just my go-to. Some people hate it after surgery. It's just our taste buds changed completely. I mean, at least mine did. And I know a lot of people's taste buds changed completely after surgery. But Premier was my go-to. And yes, this was my go-to. And this is how I got a lot of my protein in during this stage, Premier. Another go-to of mine during this was Greek yogurt. So they recommended yogurt, right? But Greek yogurt has a lot of protein. So these specifically have 12 grams of protein. I would not be able to eat all of this. There's no way. This is a cup. So again, in the beginning of the week, I would already plan out what I was going to eat and I would start putting them inside of these little cups. So I would open up the Greek yogurt and I would dump it in here, and it was already set. So when it was time for me to eat, I would open my refrigerator up and I would get this and I would eat it. I never would eat out of these because I feel like if you're watching TV or something, it's hard to keep track and you kind of just keep eating and you're like, you know. And if you're eating slow, I mean, we're supposed to eat slow. It's supposed to take 30 minutes for you to eat. But I feel like if I'm watching a show or a TV or a movie or whatever, it's very easy to get distracted. And if you're eating really slow, yes, you can get really full. I would get super full when I would eat when I was 2 months post-op, but now 7 months post-op, I could finish this, no problem. And I could sit there and eat a little bit more. If I'm eating really, really slow, I notice that I'm eating more. So that's why I have to make sure that I'm still measuring my food now. Okay. So Greek yogurt, I just wanted to share some flavors. This one I actually haven't tried, but there's a lot of different flavors. Cherry, strawberry cheesecake. This one was one of my favorites. Coconut vanilla. And strawberry. Strawberry is always like my go-to for things. But these are just 80 calories. So think about it. I don't know. I don't want to do the math right now. But this whole thing is 80 calories. So during this stage, our calories are super limited. And that's obviously why we're losing so much weight. That, staying up on our liquids, all of that. It's very different when you're 7 months post-op like I am right now, where it's a lot harder and you know, the weight is coming off a lot slower. And of course, I'm about what? Maybe like 35 to 40 pounds more until my goal weight, my personal goal weight. So it's slowing down a lot. But during this stage, take advantage, keep track, because this is when you're gonna lose the most weight. I know that you want to eat a lot of things, but you're going to be able to eat more. I promise you. During this stage and during the liquid stage, it feels like you're never going to eat again. You will. Okay, just take this time to really stay on track, because like I said, I've said it a million times, it's not like a broken record, but you will lose the most weight during these stages. Okay, that's that. Another thing was low-fat cottage cheese. I'm not a huge fan, but I did have it sometimes because my doctor said that it's high in protein. Obviously 11 grams of protein. And then I would also we're allowed to have fruit, but the only one that my doctor said during this stage was banana, because I would mash it up super mashed, and I would actually add it to the cottage cheese, or I would just eat it alone. But that was just sometimes because banana doesn't have that much protein. I was focusing so much on protein during this time so that I wouldn't feel lightheaded, I wouldn't feel, you know, dizzy. But yeah, cottage cheese. Another go-to, super simple, and I was like, wait, how does that make sense? This falls in this category. Cheese sticks. I ate cheese sticks. During this stage, I was able to eat one cheese stick at the time of eating. But yeah, this was an easy go-to. It was good, it went down good. You just have to make sure to chew when you're eating this, because everything else is pretty soft. This is a little bit more solid, but it's on the list and you're good to go with cheese. And it doesn't just have to be string cheese. I also would get like a block of cheese. I did eat cheddar, I ate different types of cheese, and I was fine. I would just cut them really thin, and again, it's chewing. I know before I would chew my food like once or twice and it would go down. Now it's like you're chewing a lot so that it's going down a lot easier for you. One of my faves, I keep saying that about everything, but one of my go-to things during the stage was refried beans. Again, I would use these little guys. I would put the beans in here and I would eat it when it was time. So this is 6 grams of protein for a half a cup. It doesn't have as much calories, much protein as the other things, but I had to keep changing it up. I think I was on this stage for like a month. Yeah, like a month. So I had to get creative. Refried beans. What I did, I would get mozzarella cheese or whatever cheese that you wanted, and I would sprinkle it on top of this little guy, and it was melted and it was delicious and it was so good. And then a couple weeks after, I started adding lime. I was fine. Again, ask your doctor, your nutritionist. I did it, a little bit of lime. It didn't irritate my stomach. I know that they say to avoid citrus, but I needed to add something, and I'm just being real with you guys and I'm being honest. I was fine doing this. Other people might not be. So I would do the refried beans, sprinkle squeezed some lime on it, and then some mozzarella cheese on it, and it was delicious. It was super easy and super good. Okay, that's that. The last thing, like I talked about, is the ricotta cheese, the ricotta baked recipe. I'm actually gonna make it and share it with you guys. But right now, I wanted to share with you guys, I was going through my binder and I was going through kind of, they made us write out our meal schedule, which really helped me stay on track during this time. And they called it eating episodes. So they wanted us to have 5 eating episodes during this time, 5, okay? The way mine looked, and I'm gonna just explain how I was eating during this time, was at 9 a.m. I had a protein shake, which was this one, which I was able to finish about half, okay, 9 a.m. From 9:30, right, because you have to wait 30 minutes after you eat, 9:30 to 11:45, I was sipping on water, on that zero Gatorade, on the Crystal Light, all of that good stuff. At 12 o'clock, it was the rest of the protein shake. So I was finishing a protein shake a day, but it was in 2 different eating episodes, okay? So it was the rest of it, okay? And then again, wait 30 minutes from 12:30 to 2:45, water, Gatorade, Crystal Light, all that good stuff. At 3, because my doctor recommends for me to wait 15 minutes before I eat. Other doctors I know say 30. I've even heard 45, but mine's 30 minutes. Wait. 30 minutes after you eat and 15 minutes before you eat, sorry. Okay, the third eating episode was a yogurt. So I would eat half of a yogurt on here. I know I said that I would put it in here, but I'm reading this and it's saying half of a yogurt. So I'm trying to remember. In the beginning, I was doing this, but like I said, I did it for 4 weeks. So maybe around 2 weeks is when I started just eating out of here, but it was half. So I remember I would take it out in a bowl and I would put it in a bowl, or, you know, making sure that it was only half of it. And I would get super full, so there was no way that I could finish a whole one anyways. So from 3:30 to 5:45, again, liquid, and then 6 p.m., the rest of the yogurt, right? So this would be done. And then from 6:30 to 8:45, liquid, and then at 9 p.m., it was a string cheese. So when you put all those things together, now that I think about it, and when I'm like, oh my gosh, why is my weight loss slowing down now 7 months post-op? Because I'm eating more than this. This is what I ate during that time. A Premier shake, a yogurt, and a cheese. That was what I ate in a day, which is crazy. That's what, 100, hold on, you guys, I'm not good at math. Because I know some people love to know calories, so hold on. So during that stage, I was eating 320 calories, which is crazy to me. So my protein was, I think I wrote it on here. Sorry, you guys. 52 grams of protein, which I didn't meet my goal when I would eat like this. My goal was 60 to 80 grams of protein. That's my goal still now. I'm able to eat more than that, but that was fresh out of surgery. I mean, a month and a half out. So yeah, so the Premier, the string cheese, and this. So that's what I was eating during this stage. And again, that's why I was losing so much weight. So of course, on other days, it looked different, right? So I would do, but I always did a Premier, always, because that was 30 grams of protein. And because you're eating so little, you have to try to meet that goal. And if you are only eating cheese sticks all day, you're not gonna meet that goal. If you're only eating refried beans, you're not gonna meet that goal. It's just not possible. So the Premier shake is gold, was gold, is still gold to me. Again, if it doesn't work out for you, there's a lot of different protein brands out there. Experiment, try them out, find one that works for you that is high in protein, because there's some that are like 10 grams. That's not gonna do nothing. It's not. Okay, so like I said, other days it would be the Premier shake, and then maybe the refried beans, a little bit of the ricotta, a cheese stick, all that good stuff. But I ate every 3 hours. So every 3 hours I had an alarm. I set my alarm, I would eat. It didn't matter where I was super strict during that time. And my liquids was 48 to 64 ounces. I met it all the time. In the beginning, when I went back, I talked about it in previous videos, I had to go back to the hospital due to dehydration. After that, I was not playing around. My husband was not gonna let me play around because I was miserable in the hospital because I didn't stay on my liquids. And they tell you and you're like, yeah, whatever. It's so easy to go back to the hospital and it's horrible. I had to. So that's kind of what the meal schedule looks like. Eating episodes, 5 episodes is how I did it. Everyone's is different, you guys. Please keep that in mind. This is just how I did it and what worked for me, okay? So now I'm gonna get ready to make the ricotta bake. All right, you guys, so now moving on to the ricotta baked. I have my notes, hold on. Sorry. Okay. So what you're gonna need is ricotta cheese, obviously. Make sure you get the part skim because they do have whole milk and we do not wanna use that. Tomato sauce, I get the tomato basil. My best friend actually told me about this brand. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited to try it. Honestly, the first time that I made it, I just saw an organic one, low calorie one, and that's the one that I used. We're using Parmesan cheese. And again, I'm sure there's a bunch of different kinds. Mozzarella cheese, I'm adding this to the top. And again, this is something new that I got into, me and my husband, Flavor God. I've mentioned it in my stories. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it is at body, mind, and soul _VSG. So I post a lot on there. And this is the Italian zest one from Flavor God. They have so many different types of add-ons to your food, spices, but it's not all spices. That's why I don't want to say that at first. Spices, this one's the Italian zest. I didn't do this the first time I made it. I just added some garlic, salt, and pepper, but this time I'm gonna do the Italian zest and I'll let you guys know how that works or how that is. So basically, the first thing, I like to use one like this. People make it on different things. So people can make it like as a pie. So when you take it out, it's a whole pie and then you have to cut it. This, I've seen it done like this also, and I thought this was more convenient since the portions are smaller. So this is like a muffin. My dog is hungry. Hold on, Papa. Hold on. So this is what I use, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we preheated the oven to 350. That's what just beeped. So now I'm gonna do a medium bowl and I'm gonna combine the ricotta cheese, which the ricotta cheese, we're doing 15 ounces of ricotta. I already measured it out because I don't want to do all that. Parmesan cheese, we're gonna do 1/3 cup. So it's already in here. And then we're gonna add Italian zest. You can add as much as you want. I mean, it just depends. And you can even add some after, honestly. So I'm adding the Italian zest. And then you're just gonna mix it up. I need one of those cameras that like you can see down. Well, not cameras, a holder. I saw it on Amazon. I need to get it. So then you just mix it up, mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. Super easy. Right. I forget how many it makes. I mean, it makes a good amount. I mean, back then I couldn't even finish the thing. So now that it's all kind of mixed up, this was perfect for me. I was so excited the first time I saw this recipe because I love lasagna. I love pizza. I love anything with a lot of sauce. So when I saw this, it was like the bomb. Okay, so it looks like that. And then you're just gonna add, it doesn't really matter how much you're gonna add just to kind of fill in the thing. Hold on, bubs. I'm almost done. So you're gonna add that. So far I have 3. I'll show you guys right now. 1, okay, now 4. And now I guess because I'm 7 months post-op, I could add like some ground turkey. I'm actually making this and I'm gonna throw it over a salad, which will be bomb. But yeah, I could have probably added some turkey to it. I didn't back then because they don't want us to. But now I could have. So it made 9. So this is what it looks like. I was gonna get the camera, but I'll just show you guys like this. This is what it looks like. And then I'm gonna add the pasta sauce. It's not called pasta sauce, huh? It's called tomato sauce. Again, I'm not really gonna measure. I really didn't last time either. I just put enough on top to cover it. And we could only eat so little at that time that I think I did finish it one time, but other than that, I didn't. It was really hard. So I'm just getting like a spoonful. And at that time, I was only eating one of these. So when it comes out of the oven, you'll see how big they are. They're small. They're like a good portion. This is what it looks like with the sauce. And then I'm gonna sprinkle the mozzarella cheese on top. You know what? I'm actually gonna put a little bit more of the Italian zest. And during this stage, again, everyone's different, but I actually did good with seasonings. I was fine. Like anytime I would add, like I told you, even with the lime, I was fine. With the garlic, I was fine. I didn't really get stomach aches. Comment down below if you did, because I know some people do. I did talk to some people that they couldn't. Their stomach was too sensitive. But moving further on, you know, being further along post-op, they were able to. But I was pretty good pretty early on. Yeah. So I'm putting it in. My dogs are right here because they want food. They want me to drop food. Okay, so this is what it looks like when everything is on it. So just a sprinkled cheese. You guys see the size of it. So now I'm gonna put it into the oven. Oh, how long? Hold on, let me look at my notes. 20 minutes, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I'll do 15 minutes. I always like to do it a little bit less because I don't like to burn things, and my oven's like tends to burn things. When I follow like another recipe, I always do 5 minutes less. So I'm gonna do 15 minutes and then check on it, and then I will show you guys what it looks like when it's done. So this is what the ricotta bake looks like once it is out. This is what it looks like. I took it out so you guys could see the size of my hand. Look at how small it is. It's a perfect portion for meals during that time. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it, please comment. Let me know if you've tried this recipe before. How have you done it? What have you added? Like I said, I would probably add turkey to it now, being almost 7 months post-op. But again, please like my video, please comment, please subscribe if you haven't, and follow me on Instagram at body mind and soul _VSG. And you guys have an amazing weekend. Bye. See you on my next video.